Good evening. It is 19 minutes past 7 on the 2nd of December, and this is just a video to review the trade that we took today during the New York session. It was a Euro US dollar trade to the long side, and we took it from about 1.20514 to we got out at about 1.2105. So it was actually a profitable trade. Now I know it looks like most of these trades are always profitable and looks like we're cherry picking, but honestly the truth is the last 2 days or so that I have been trading, they have been profitable. Now I do get losing days just like every other single trader, you know what I'm trying to say, but it just so happens that as we record these videos, we just happen to be in some fairly decent trades. Now what's interesting about today's trade is that we nearly got stopped out by about 2 pips, you know what I'm saying? So that's just the reality of trading. And psychologically as well, there's challenges to those trades that get close to stop loss getting hit, and you know it's often cross between should you hold, should you close, close the trade for whatever, a little bit of a loss than you initially prepared for, that kind of thing. So you kind of go back and forth with yourself when you're in drawdown. And that's just the reality of trading. You can't escape that. No trader is perfect, gets it 100% all the time. And me personally, I'm far from 100% all the time. Just because, we had the previous video was a winning trade, and this one here is also happening to be a winning trade. It's not the reality of trading, basically. So let's just quickly have a look. So this is from last night's price action. So we were looking for a long position from around 1.2050. Price rallied. Tuesday highs here, new day opens, and we're looking obviously for price to trade above here and potentially trade to 1.21, the big figure. So we waited during the Asian session, nothing much happened. We went to sleep, and the plan was to wake up during the New York session. We woke up during New York session. This is 11 o'clock, just before the New York session. So what actually happened is we got in a little bit early, earlier than the 12 GMT time, and yeah, that was the trade. So we got in there, kind of see what's going on. We came back, and this is where price spared us by about 2 pips or so, and eventually after that, what happened is price moved in our favor, or started to move in our favor, and then we went risk free, and then yeah, eventually you can see price trades up to 1.205, and then basically we ended up closing that trade. Now this is actually just live price action for anyone that doesn't believe that, you know what I'm trying to say. And when price kind of was coming out of that that drawdown as well, you can see it here clearly. It's not altered, it's not whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, but it's the truth. So yeah, that's just that quickly. So this is the idea. So we got in long from about here, 1.20514, where the 15 pip stop loss just below here, and basically this was the outcome. So price traded, consolidated in here a bit. In all honesty, like I said, in trading you have challenges. Could be psychological, could be technical, could be your systemic challenges, but here it was more so like went through a bit of a psychological challenge, but thankfully we have a trading plan which allows us to make decisions leading forward to situations like this. Now around this area here, as a new trader, you might be tempted to close your position because maybe you're a bit scared, you're afraid to lose money, you're afraid to take a loss, because losses can damage your confidence. Now if they are organized losses, you should understand that in trading everyone takes losses, whether you believe it or not. Your favorite mentor, they take losses. Me, I take losses. You know what I'm trying to say? The next guy, he takes losses. Now some people, they've reached a level of wisdom where they learn from their previous losses, and they know situations that are most likely to lead them towards a loss, and they avoid that. So they really cherry pick on the trades that they get involved in, and maybe that kind of decreases their chances of always losing. But truth is, every trader faces losses. It just so happens, obviously, like I said, that the last couple of trades that we've taken, they've been winners, and obviously we've just come back here. We've managed to actually record some of the price action, and it's not always this good, and it's not always good. That's the truth about trading. So you need to have that in your mind when going into this craft or this business, shall I say. Always keep that in your mind and understand that, that you're subject to losses. That's the truth in trading. But this particular trade here just happened to be a winning trade. As I said, we were just 2 pips shy of the stop loss, and then price just rallied. And when price broke above here, we used our management side of things to manage the trade, and then we successfully saw it through. Now, what I did was I actually closed here, and the reason why I closed here is because my typical framework is, and I know this is not sexy as well, but my typical framework is I look for a 3-to-1 as just a profitable framework, in my opinion. And if price gives me more than a 3-to-1, depending on the time of the day, because this is really a day trade, it's not a short-term intermediate swing trade or anything like that. This is just a day trade, and we traded above Tuesday highs quite significantly above here, and I knew there's a possibility that price could come back down to 1.20880, but we managed that trade pretty well, so we closed it. And yeah, that's about it. Price isolate is the 2nd of December 2020. It is now 7:25 GMT, and I'm closing this now. If you are somewhat interested in the ideologies behind this trade, it's best for me to say this from now. These concepts, I learned them somewhere else, what I'm trying to say, but it's just about understanding how to merge them together, put them together, and have somebody kind of guide you through their experiences. And that alone is what pretty much makes traders profitable. Like, you can have all the concepts in the world, but if you don't know how to put them together and piece them together, in truth, you might struggle. Or if you're like myself, somebody who just found concepts, then you spend a long time kind of trying to put them together, trying to figure out what's best and that type of thing. And then you get those moments where this particular thing here works, but then what you don't understand is that thing works, yeah, but you need to then be able to put it in a certain narrative, look at it by component to component, so that it can actually give you a full picture. So you might have one piece of the puzzle, but it doesn't really give you the picture. See what I'm trying to say? So a lot of what I intend this service to do is to really just find people that are passionate about trading, and maybe they want to learn from somebody that's been through the pain. Because in truth, as I said, I've been through the pain. I had to grind and work hard. Trading is not what people on Instagram make it out to be. Something that's gonna get you rich quickly. It's far from that. But what it is though is that it's a skill that once you learn this skill, nobody can really take it away from you. That's the beauty in it. It's like if you're a car mechanic and you know how to fix cars, you know about cars, nobody can ever take that away from you. Especially when you've got the experience, you've been underneath those cars, you've been inside those cars, and you know what makes what tick, then nobody can ever take that from you. Do you know what I mean? So that means anytime somebody has a problem with a car, chances are you know exactly what to do, how to react, and that type of thing. So for me personally, that's what this is about. So with Price Isolate, we look to provide that extra bit of guidance and help to help people that maybe they've traded, but it's not quite coming together. So we're here to just kind of mold you and give you the components that we use, and allow you to obviously then develop your own experiences with these concepts based off our experiences. And believe me, like, that takes a lot of pain away from you. So I kind of wish that I had somebody to do this when I first started trading, because a lot of the people online, they'll tell you to buy a course, and they'll give you a course and you buy it, and then what you find is you find all these concepts, and some of them, a lot of the concepts, that are retail concepts as well. So you find that they're teaching you trend lines, just Fibonacci levels, or I don't know, patterns, harmonic, whatever you want to call it. and then that's it. They expect you to then somewhat use that to make money. And if somebody tells you, oh yeah, this is a bat, from this point to that point to that point to that point, and then you buy above here, as soon as price breaks above there, you might have a buy position, and then the price sinks. Now somebody like me will come in here and have an understanding that there's a higher odds or higher probability that price will kind of trade off these levels here. Now, in truth, when I was reviewing this trade earlier on, there's something that I actually overlooked on this particular setup, which I had on my previous setup yesterday. But once again, I'm human. We still make human mistakes. Maybe that was down to fatigue. I was up too late yesterday, and I had a few other things that I was kind of working on and doing as well. So that kind of, just literally made me miss that little tiny bit of detail. But nonetheless, it was a profitable trade. So yeah, bottom line is this: the concepts alone are not the bigger picture. It's the experience that you have with these concepts and how you mold them and merge them together. That's what creates somebody that can say, you know what, I have a chance of survival in these markets. And that's basically what this service is here for, just to give you that opportunity to week on week be with somebody that's gone through the pain, somebody that sometimes still goes through the pain, because nobody likes to lose in trade, but they happen. What I'm trying to say, over time you have the systems in place that allow you to cushion those losses professionally. So it is what it is. But that's it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you won't really learn a lot from it, but you kind of get a glance of some of the things that I do over here at Price Isolate. So that's it from me. It is 7:31 and we'll call it a day, really.